Welcome to The Fire Within. I'm your host, Joel Young. We haven't seen each other for a while, dear viewers, but a lot of things have happened with me in the last few months, particularly starting in the month of December, when I spent 3.5 weeks, almost 4 weeks in Kelowna General Hospital with an infection in my left leg. And I no sooner got out of the hospital, and 3 days later I fell, hold your laughter, I fell backwards in my daughter's bathtub and fractured my back. However, I'm now alive and well and with you, and we've got the show going again, and we've got lots of guests lined up for the summer months, and I have a very interesting guest with us today. And before I introduce her to you, I will just comment that many years ago, when I was still living and working in Saskatchewan, I was given a copy of a study that was performed by Pete Marwick Mitchell, National Chartered Accounting Firm, talking about the creation of female entrepreneurs in Canada and the high percentage of female entrepreneurs compared to male entrepreneurs. And ironically, at that particular time, and I don't think it's changed an awful lot today, that particular time, statistically, there were more female entrepreneurs in the country than males. And more importantly than that, more successful female entrepreneurs. That being said, may I introduce to you today one of those female entrepreneurs in the Okanagan region. I'd like you to meet Kathleen Treadgold. Kathleen is the creator. Yes?
I'm not the creator, I'm not the founder, but I'm the owner of Juicery Kelowna.
She's the owner of a juice company, a nutritional health juice company entitled Glow. She's had the initial location.
The first location in the Landmark Towers?
In the Landmark Towers, and very soon Kathleen's opening her second location
at the Okanagan Center for Innovation.
Okanagan Center for Innovation, which is on Ellis Street, moments from where we're sitting today. Thank you for coming to visit with us today, Kathleen.
Thank you for having me, Joel.
Could you please, for our viewing audience, talk a little bit about your company? What is Glow, and what was the genesis for the creation of it?
So Glow Juicery Kelowna is a cold pressed juicery and raw food cafe in Kelowna. I wasn't the founder of it. The founder is actually originally from Edmonton, Marnie Ashcroft. And shortly after she opened her first location in Edmonton, I had been introduced to her by my sister, and I always wanted to give back in wellness. So long story short, Marnie and I connected, and I started the process of opening up Glow Juicery Kelowna, and I have a special license for the Okanagan.
Special license, can you talk a little bit about what is a special license?
Well, so Glow Juicery is now franchised throughout Canada, whereas I'm not a franchise. I have a special license for the Kelowna area.
Okay.
And however, I still abide by some of the marketing and work with the original founder as well.
When I walk into your Landmark Towers location, and you greet me as you have, what are you going to offer me? What's there for me?
It's all about experience and amazing products that's fresh, and we use local and organic sustainable products as well. So when you come into the juicery, the first thing that we're going to introduce you is give you a warm welcome and tell you about what we're all about. We have a team of nutritionists as well that is really educational, and we'll show you all of our cold pressed juices. We make our own almond milks, we make all of our raw foods. So we've got tons of lunch options, desserts, everything is made fresh in-house in smoothies. So we start from there, and then we also do juice cleanses and raw food cleanses that we custom make for everyone. And then we just give a little education behind that too.
One day in my house, my wife mentioned Glow to me, and I didn't know what the heck she was talking about until she informed me about your cleansing program. And she went on a 3-day, I think, cleanse, if I remember correctly. And she really liked it, and she really enjoyed it. And I'm waiting for her to say she wants to continue in some way, shape, or form. But my wife's, for want of a better word, my wife's baptism with your company, with your outlet, is what inspired me to come and meet you. And that ultimately inspired me to invite you to be a guest on this show. Because it's new. And entrepreneurship is, as I said a moment ago, innovation and creativity. And that our viewers want to enjoy seeing and hearing and listening to people talking about innovation and creativity, because that's the cornerstone of an entrepreneurial venture, is innovation and creativity. How long have you had your location operating, please?
We just had our second birthday on May the 8th.
Oh, okay.
And then now I'm opening up my second location later this month on June 27th, downtown.
Okay. And by the sound of things, you are feeling that you have a very good likelihood, a very good opportunity to continue expansion of your company.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kelowna's ready for this.
Yeah, I think it is too. I'm interested, and I think our viewers are going to be interested to hear how you market your company to the world outside the door, so to speak.
We have a lot of different marketing initiatives. One of the biggest marketing initiatives for us is social media. And we ask all of our customers how they hear of us. And one of the biggest things that we offer is that with Instagram, 80% of our customers are actually from Instagram, which is huge. Yeah. We also do a lot of community-based events throughout the city. I've got a billboard up.
Where's your billboard?
Our billboard is just on the west, when you go right on the west-hand side, just right across the bridge up the hill. So we have our billboard now. I've put some ads in Okanagan Life magazine. We've got one into Mint magazine, and then we're also doing a target throughout downtown. So lots of marketing initiatives.
Good, excellent. Everything you mentioned is, I agree with 100%. I think it's time for us to have a little short break, Kathleen, and then we'll come back, pick it up, and talk about the world according to Kathleen. Well, we're back with Kathleen Treadgold talking about Glow Juicery, its creation, its content, and the world surrounding nutritional juices for health and welfare of Okanagan citizens. Perhaps you could elaborate a little bit more on the health aspect of your products.
Oh, sure. So the thing that I'm most passionate about with my company is that all of the products that we create are all thoughtfully balanced, and they're made with the best nutritional content and locally sourced ingredients. So we have many farmers, especially this time of year, that are actually growing their own produce for us, and they harvest it, and it goes right into our juicers. So
do you give the local farmers in the Okanagan a list, for want of a better word, a list of your requirements?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We go through in the winter time exactly what we're going to need, and we're using up to over 500 pounds of produce per week. So there's a lot of kale and cucumber, and most of our juices are 3 parts juice, 1 part fruit. So we have local organic growers for our pears and apples as well.
Oh yeah, wow. I'm not a big fan of kale. If my wife was in the room now, she'd hit me over the head. Really, I'm not kidding. You mentioned a moment ago before the break that you do a lot of your marketing with new media, right? Mm-hmm. And geographically, do you go beyond the Okanagan region to market your company?
I haven't really had to do that. I really want to focus on our local market. And I
Okay.
think the tourists coming in, Google, obviously, that's the first thing that they're going to Google when they come in from Vancouver or Toronto or the major centers, Calgary. They understand the juice bar. There's definitely more options in bigger centers. So a lot of our customers, especially with the summer months coming, that's how we get our customers, is that they Google juice bars and Glow Juicery Kelowna comes right up.
Please excuse my ignorance, Kathleen. Are juice bars a big trendy thing in our country?
They are. Originally, 2 years ago, when Marnie had first looked into it in the States, it was 800 to 1 juicery in Canada. And in the last couple of years, Canada's really exploded with getting on the raw food, plant nutrition,
Yeah.
and cold pressed juices.
Yeah.
And cold pressed juices is so different than just juicing.
What is a cold pressed juice?
So cold pressed juices is there's no heat. Anything you put heat to any type of food, you lose the nutritional content immediately. So with our commercial juicer, once we juice it, there's no heat exchange, and it presses 28,000 pounds, and it keeps all the enzymes, nutrients, phytonutrients intact.
I like that already.
And you can see and you can taste the difference. It's so clear and beautiful.
We touched on, but we didn't dwell at all. Are there entrepreneurs or entrepreneurially minded people in your family?
Yeah.
If so, can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
For our viewers?
Yes, I actually come from a large background of entrepreneurs in our family. My mom was a single mom and raised 3 kids, and we're all very driven, and my aunt and uncles. So I think in a sense we've all had our own entrepreneurial spirit in different elements,
Yeah.
as we all have different personalities. But mine's always been with business development, marketing, and sales. That's been my strength.
Your motivation for the particular product line that you have for Glow, where does your motivation come from?
My motivation comes from, I spent a lot of time caring for critically ill family members in hospitals,
Okay.
and seeing the lack of nutritional value that the hospitals were feeding all these patients that were trying to recover from surgery or from cancer. And so I knew one day when I got through all of this that I wanted to give back with wellness. And that was my driving force behind opening Glow Juicery. I really feel like it's been my passion and my purpose in my life, is to create really healthy nutritional options for not just families, for patients, for cancer patients, just so that they've got the best nutrient, plant-based food in their diets, because we believe that food is medicine and food is fuel.
It is. It sure is. I agree with you 100%. We're talking about juice. We have yet to talk about food. Can you elaborate on food?
Sure. So our food options, we have from raw pizzas. We make everything fresh in-house. We've all of our fresh salads. We have raw Nanaimo bars and treats and cheesecakes. So everything in our juicery is gluten-free, raw, vegan, and dairy-free.
Wow.
And we use only the best sourced organics. So we use organic dates, organic almonds, and as you can tell, it's very expensive and time-consuming to make. But the end result is that you can read every single ingredient and know what you're putting in your body.
You've really got it down pat, don't you?
I work very hard and I have a lot of passion.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I have an amazing team, actually. I just want to mention that.
Sure do.
I could not be successful without my team behind me, because they are there with me at 6 a.m. and they're the ones that are alongside me, that put everything out for me.
How did you recruit your team?
I actually put it out to the universe, believe it or not, that I wanted to attract a team that was like-minded like me, a team of nutritionists that lived the same lifestyle that I lived, and it's all about balance. And believe it or not, those are the only people that have ever come to apply for work at Glow Juicery.
Isn't that amazing?
And we're an amazing, fun team. It's a great place to work.
That's good. That's good.
It's not work.
Okay, Kathleen, my producer is suggesting that we have you talk to the camera about the challenges you face on a daily basis with the Glow Juicery venture?
Okay, well, I could talk for a long time about the
Well,
challenges, but
have a go at it.
yeah, I will. It's not, the challenges are also lessons. And to open up, as anybody knows, all new businesses have growing pains because you're learning. And so when I first opened up, I had a huge learning curve. And with the challenge with our company is the short shelf life of our products. So our cold pressed juices only have a shelf life of 5 days. So you can't overmake or undermake, you can't over purchase, under purchase. And so there's a real fine balance of what you're going to produce. So it takes a long time to figure out. And I feel like after 2 years, I've nailed this location, and now I'm going to go through the same thing with the second location. But that's one of the challenges, the biggest challenges that we've had to face is just how much, and not having any waste, because they're so expensive to make that we want to just make sure that we move the product and we don't have anything left over.
Yeah, good. What I like about doing this show is I meet people like you, which gives me a feeling of comfort about the world of entrepreneurship, because I'm excited about entrepreneurship, period. So when I meet someone like you that has a vision for creating something, I'm going to use my word, creating something literally out of nothing. It isn't quite that way. I know you're going to kick me.
No, I'm not going to kick you.
But something out of nothing. But here we are. You've got this business that has innovation and creativity in it, and it's health-based. We're an aging population, and goodness knows, as we age, we need all the help we can get to maintain a level of health. So good on you.
Thank you.
A shout out for Kathleen Treadgold and Glow Juicery. Thank you once again for coming. I look forward to meeting you in the future.
Thank you, Joel.
Bye-bye. Till next time, I'm Joel Young from The Fire Within. Goodbye, and keep on being innovative.